Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Faye. FayWhat? So I've got my AA shirt on, so you know it's gonna be an AA party today. What we're talking about. So during the pandemic, we've had a lot of newcomers come and join our way of life. Something happened when we couldn't go outside. We went inside, and we figured that that way of life was no way, shape, or form what we wanted for our future or for our family. So a lot of people came into the program during this pandemic, and we are so blessed to have you. Keep coming back. One of the first things that we are asked as sponsors is, why can't I get into a relationship the first year? Why? So obviously, if you came in and you already are in a relationship, we're not asking you to break up with that person or anything like that. It's you've got that person, and hopefully they will join Al-Anon or figure out if they have an ACA problem that they can probably get into that program or anything like that. But it's all about you right now, and so I wanted to let you know why it is. Like, just it's like, oh, but why? But why? I want to be in a relationship. I want to feel the love of another person. Well, I'll tell you a couple of reasons. One, in the first year, you're just finding out who you are. Okay, I'm 6 years sober, guys. I will be 6 years sober next month. Excuse me. Let me not count my chickens before they're hatched. By the grace of God, hopefully I'll have 6 years next month. So I'm still getting to know this new Faye. I thought that I knew myself. I really did not. I did not know myself, and I'm still getting to know me. I've been drinking for over 15 years, and so in 6, I'm not gonna know myself. But we are instant gratification kind of people. We want to know right now, right now, right now what I can do and what's gonna happen, and this, that, and the third. So let me explain to you. The first reason is because you don't really know yourself. You're getting to know yourself sober, how you do things sober. My constant crutch when I needed to do anything, errands, talk to my mom, make that phone call to anything, IRS, credit card, whatever, I had to take a couple of shots beforehand. Everything is different once you stop drinking. You have to change only one thing, like they tell us, everything. And so you're still trying to find out who you are. How can you start, when you start dating somebody, that's like a interview kind of process, and you're like, well, this is what I do for fun, this is what I've done in the past, this is blah blah blah. You don't know who the hell you are yet, so you have no business sitting with someone and having that cita amorosa, like we like to say, like Latinos say, because you don't know what you're presenting yourself as yet, because you do not know. My first sponsor was like the best. She was like this older Jewish lady. She would say, you don't know anything. She would say, look at these. I can't remember if it's the third or fourth page in the big book. They're blank, right? And she would say, everything you know is on page 3 or 4 of the big book, and I'm like, it's blank. And she's like, exactly, you don't know shit. and I'm here to tell you that almost 6 years later, I know a little, but we know only a little, which is one of my favorite AA meetings, by the way. But we know only a little. And I only know as much as I remember today. And I hope and pray that tomorrow I'll know something else. So it's no way to start a relationship when you truly aren't truly presenting your authentic self. Your authentic self is not out yet. You're still blurry and foggy and everything, So, you're also learning how to take care of yourself without a substance, like I said before. I used to, for errands, to talk to my mom, to do anything, I had to take a shot. Now, if something is going to be difficult, I do a little prayer, or have a quick 3-2-1 meditation or something. Like, I know certain things to do. My first year, I did not. Next, it's very important. You will only attract the love that you deserve. And that's in life. And that's with a million years of sobriety. That's being Deepak Chi, in Zen, and all that kind of stuff. You will only attract the love you feel you deserve. And I don't know about you, but I hated myself when I first came in. I thought I was a piece of shit. I didn't think that I deserved anything. I woke up every morning and said, God, why are you giving me another day of life? I don't want to be here. Who am I going to attract with that kind of energy? I'm going to attract someone that also doesn't feel enough. Someone that also feels like a piece of shit. And I don't know about you, but I strived. Now I am happily married and part of a power couple. But I strived for that, and I wanted that. And in the back of my mind, I always had that little voice telling me, you're never going to get that. You're not enough to get that. And those voices were there for a while. So I was in no condition to start a relationship with someone else when that was where my thought process was, right? You attract the level of healthy that you are presently. So addicts and alcoholics in early recovery are magnets for others that are just as effed up as them. It's what we are. It's what we do. You know, they always tell us stick with the winners, right? Stick with the winners. Stick with those people that you know go to a lot of meetings, that do a lot of service, that have a lot of friends in the fellowship. Those are the people that stay close to the fellowship, that stay close to the program. Those are the people who stay sober. Meaning, meeting makers make it. Not totally, but it's a freaking really good start, you know, and you'll attract other people that are doing the same. Love can become your new drug. Easily. I can only speak for myself, but I can turn anything into an addiction. Even now, I can turn anything into an addiction. I have my favorite fruit stand. So this addict now goes every day. Every 2 days I get it. I get a huge ass fruit salad. Now, some vices are better than others, right? But I've got friends that picked up smoking. I've got friends that, you know, like they say, turned in a bottle for a bottle with legs. And we turn these people into our hostages. And then we feel that we can't do anything without them. So not a good time to leave one vice for another. A relationship can become your obsession. A relationship can become your other drug. And it's a very unhealthy place to be. You need to prioritize your recovery above everything else. Something else that I was told early on was your only job right now is to stay sober. You know, people have jobs, people have 9-to-5s, people are parents, people are wives, husbands. Your top job is to stay sober. You can't be worried about him, her, they, what's going on, how are they feeling today? You know, aren't we usually like, haven't we been in those kind of relationships where how we feel all depends on how that person is feeling? Can't have that early recovery. We can't. We don't have that kind of time. We don't have that kind of luck for things to go correctly in that way. Anything that you put before your recovery, you will lose. Think about that statement. Anything that you put before your recovery, you will lose. And I understand you're saying, I love my dog, I love my kids, I love my husband, my wife. So do I. So do I. But I learned quickly, that all these beautiful things that I was slowly getting because I was sober and doing the work and doing the next right thing, I could lose like that if I took one drink or if I deviated from the plan. Anything that you put before your sobriety, you will lose. My wife, I love her to death. I love our kids. I love my job. I love my dogs. I love you guys. But anything that I put before my sobriety, I will lose. There'll be times that, you know, I'll maybe go 2 days. 2 days. I think the most I've ever gone without a meeting has been 3. Well, I think it was a couple days longer on a vacation, but I was totally out of whack. And my wife is a normie, and she was like, "Girl, you need a meeting." And like a good alcoholic, I was like, "What the hell do you think? You don't know anything about this." Blah. She was right. I needed a freaking meeting, and thank God there was one on the ship. And that's awesome. That, you know, the beautiful thing about AA is that, you know, the first year you really shouldn't be traveling. You shouldn't be doing big decisions. You shouldn't be moving and changing jobs, and getting into relationships, going on big vacations that you're not ready for without a drink. And I think it was like towards the end of my first year that somebody was getting married, and we had already had everything set and paid for, and I almost relapsed on that ship. And so I get it. I understand why they say don't do anything big your first year. You know, you're still coming into your own. And, you know, I'm blessed to say that now, if I don't go to a meeting for a couple days, my wife she'll notice it, you know. And it sounds selfish to say that my sobriety and my program is more important than my wife. And I know it sounds bad, guys, but trust me, once you get some time under your hands, you know, under your belt, you will agree. You'll understand that essence that I feel. It's not anything, it's not giving something, saying I love my wife any less. I said I love this new life more. I know that will make sense to you. Next, you don't know how to communicate yet and ask for what you need, let alone know how to meet everyone else's needs. So right now you need to be a little selfish. You need to take care of you. You need to get your butt to meetings, talk to other alcoholics, read the literature, journal, get your step work done, pray, meditate, do all that stuff. And in early sobriety, you're seeking that external validation from someone telling you you're doing a good job, and sometimes we don't get it. And if we don't get that, we'll go drink. And so who do we expect that from most of the time? Our significant others, our partners in life, right? So how about if that person doesn't feel like it? If that person's a normie, they're definitely not going to understand. And if they're in the program, they've got their own shit that they're going through. And that's another aspect. Like, you meet somebody in the program, you guys are going through the same thing, you're attracted to each other, you're getting a clear head because you haven't drank in 30 days. You think that you've got it all under control. You don't have anything under control. More will be revealed. There's a lot more to come. Wait till you get to 4 and 5. Wait till you get to 8 and 9. Expecting for your partner to know exactly what to say or do is going to leave you empty. And I don't know about you, but when I feel empty and alone and sad and depressed, my first go-to before God and everything else was my vodka bottle, and my vodka bottle had a handle. So, if you feel like you cannot be alone, then you probably need to be alone. And that is like the last thing that I'll say. Like, if you are like, I can't be alone, you don't understand, then you are at the top of my list of people that I will say that you need to stay your ass alone for at least a year. Talk to your sponsor about it. There's a million reasons why. It doesn't, it's suggested in the big book. It doesn't say that you have to. And there's plenty of websites and stuff like that will tell you that, it's a crock. But just listen to what I'm saying, And if you do get into a relationship for whatever reason, if the love of your life ended up walking back into your life, or you saw them at an AA meeting, talk to your sponsor about it. Don't hide it. We're only as sick as our secrets. And aren't we tired of keeping so many secrets? Haven't we kept enough? Haven't we cried enough? Haven't we suffered enough? It's time to regain our lives, or in my case, get a new life completely. It's time to live life. It's time to wake up every day and be happy, joyous, and free, because we made it to another day without drinking or drugs. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining us on FayWhat. Make sure you subscribe today. Share this with some of your sponsees. Share this with some of your friends that you know might be in need. And for you allies out there, if you know somebody that's in need, guide them over. Plant the seed. You never know. They might not go run straight to a group or find AA or find sobriety tomorrow, but that seed that's planted might be a breakthrough, and it might just save their lives. So I'm your girl Faye. I love you guys. Thank you for giving me somewhere to be me, no matter what. Thank you for loving me, even though I'm an alcoholic. And I will catch you guys next time on FayWhat. FayWhat! Take care of each other. We are in this together. Wear a mask. And I'll catch you guys next time.